Hello friends, for this week's Wednesday Wisdom and Leadership question, I want to share something with you that might just change the way you see things as a leader in today's politically heated environment. At least I hope so. And if I get this correct, it might just help you to step away from the crowd and find your passions. Now, this is something I learned from an old fellow down in Richmond, Virginia, who passed away quite some time ago, but shortly after the first election of U.S. President Barack Obama. And this was an old-timer I really admired and respected, Mr. Plummer. And Mr. Plummer was a great guy. I've known him ever since I was about knee-high to a grasshopper. And from what I can remember, Mr. Plummer wasn't afraid of anybody. And he wasn't afraid to speak his mind and say it like it was. So I have to warn you, he was not a politically correct person. Not at all. Not even close. But the thing that he shared with me was so monumental that it changed my life forever. In fact, I've shared it with other people, and it's helped to put them on a continuous pathway to becoming smart, wealthy, and prosperous. I'd say Mr. Plummer is one of the main reasons that I'm standing right here in front of you today. And here's what he said. He said, regardless of who's in office, white, black, or Chinese, if you choose to be a poor person with a poor mentality, then you're going to be a poor person with a poor mentality before, during, and after their administration. He said, if that's your choice, not much is going to change for you. And then he said, if you're only trained and educated to shoot for the middle class and become a middle class working stiff your entire life, then you'll be striving to maintain your middle class status before, during, and after their administration. He said, unfortunately, due to your training and education, not much is going to change for you. And then he said something that flipped the switch. He said, Ernie, there's people out here working every day, but it's almost like they've never worked a day in their lives. I said, wow, what? He said, if you choose to adopt a wealth mentality, become growth-oriented, and shoot for prosperity, then you'll be smart, wealthy, and prosperous, regardless of who's in office. He said everything can change for you. And I do mean you, friends. He then handed me this quote written on the back of a dollar bill and by some guy by the name of Matthew on 621. It said, for where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Now, I never knew that was biblical until quite some time later. In fact, at the time he shared it with me, I barely understood what he was trying to say. So it took me a little while to really figure it out. But here's what I discovered. I discovered that everything he said that day was exactly right. You see, he was trying to get me to step away from the crowd and follow my passions. And for some of you, it's time to step away from the crowd and follow your passions. And I'm talking to you. Somehow, Mr. Plummer knew that when you and I, when we muster up the courage to step away from the crowd and follow our passions, we find our potential. We find happiness. And most importantly, we find our reason for being. It's amazing. He was one of the first people to tell me that you and I, we don't have to wake up every day and go off to some job that makes us miserable. And he was exactly right. We don't have to despise going to work every day when we're doing what it is we're passionate about. He said, if people despise going to work every day, it's probably because they're not serving their greater purpose in life. And if you're not serving your greater purpose in life, well, who or what are you serving? What are you passionate about? Where is your treasure and your heart? Want to know more? Visit us at www.powerhousemotivations.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and let us know what it is that you're passionate about. Until next time, friends, I'm Ernie Davis, your 360-degree leadership professional from Powerhouse Motivations, Coaching, and Leadership Solutions. Peace out.